Well, I was going to nap some front ridge, but instead, I think I'll nap some glass. This is glass wall tile, glass cutter. We'll put a little spit on there. Run it across. Just like that. Got a piece to work. I like working glass. It's pretty easy to find, pretty easy to work. There's my cat, Bobo. At least her tail. And pretty easy for pressure flaking. Sharp though, it likes to reach out and bite you. We're going to start. I'm going to start on the corners. Now this edge where they melted it and it's smooth is very tough. So the first thing we want to do is kind of get rid of that. I'm using my abrader to tipping it up high. You could do this. You could think of this as a sandstone. If you get a coarse sandstone, and what we're doing is just trying to get some spots to grab a hold of. Take off the corners. It's a windstorm out there tonight, so. And you can see I broke the corners. That gives me a way in. To start zigzagging. But I like to try to go without zigzagging first. I know this looks white, but it's just paint on the back, so it'll be a little rough. Now you can see the that rolled smooth edge is gone, and then when I braid it, I can do some pressure flaking. We've got a bunch of little spots there. This side is my cut side. It's not as bad. We could just braid that up. Braid all this up. See what size we're starting with. I never even planned on it, measured size. So we'll go. We're 1 5/8 to start. 2 and almost 7/8 long. Okay. See, it flakes so easy. Now I'm going about every ½ inch. What I used to do a long time ago when I first started, I would take a black marker and put the dots where I wanted to go. And if you space these out, you get a broader pattern. The hard part with slabs is keeping that nice pattern. That one ran short. Do a little more. Now with the stuff with the paint on one side, I do one side completely first because that keeps it easier to see. There we go. Now this was the bull edge side, which is where it's, you know, they melt the corners so it's not sharp. So we're going to have a little bit trouble probably with this side, but you never know. Can't believe it's February and it's like 70 degrees out. That's friggin' nice. Might be hard to see, but there's our pattern. Guess I should have seen how thick. I think this is pretty thick glass. It's from Menards, 5/16. So, you know, that's one of the thicker, instead of like window pane, which is usually pretty thin. These wall tiles, they only cost $1 or something a piece. And if you want to practice for obsidian, it's a pretty good way to go. And I'm getting ready. I'm going to launch 2 channels for Christmas. I got a telescope, and once the weather gets better to where I can have fires and stuff at night, I'm going to be doing, all I'm doing here is short little flakes to get rid of the margin, or a lot of people call them deltas, but the margin in between the flakes that I skipped. I'm not trying to run them in because they'll mess up my pattern, but just pick off that little bit. I'm going to use the ridges from them to run flakes again. If you could see the little dusty sparkles on me. I personally think when you're knapping stuff like glass that's cheap and easy to get, it's more fun because you're not breaking something that you paid good money for if you do break it. That's the key. And a good glass point, a good point out of this glass, keep it about 1/4 inch thick, 3/16 to 1/4, so you can get it in an arrow shaft. I hunted with that for years. I got squirrels and rabbits and a couple does. I never got a buck with the even a flint arrowhead. I never had the opportunity to shoot a buck. But there's lots of does, and in West Virginia you have a lot of doe tags. So you see, I took the ridge, like I had it didn't go all the way in, and there was a little step, but I took that ridge and I used that to carry my flake all the way down. So now I've got the whole surface knapped. And we're going to try and run. See, I got a chattery looking spot right here. I'm going to try and run this ridge and clear that. Might not work because it's kind of pointed in the wrong direction, but we'll see. Oh yeah, there we go. We got it. So this side, for now, is basically done. I've got to start working the other side. And that's where it gets interesting. because once that white's off, and it doesn't flake as good with this paint on it, so it makes it a little more challenging. See? But as you get a ridge, they go. Once you get a ridge. See, that paint makes it step. Hopefully we get that on the back side. Guess if I use the Ishii stick, I could push them a little more through that paint too. Or I could scrape that paint off before I start, but this is just napping for fun. Might have to take my jacket off. I'm working up a sweat. That's something. All right. Now we got the difficult side. On this side, we're going to just do randomly so we can thin a little bit, because wherever we can get a grip on. Sharpen my... Might go to a nail, see if I can get a better grip on. Now, I don't think a pointy nail will make them go as far, but it will generally always take a flake. See? Yeah, when that glass is rolled, it can be pretty tough. But that's how you learn things. You just roll with what you got. At least that's how I learn things. But anyways, I'm going to have a telescope channel. My telescope will actually record video, and the weather's getting nicer. I'm going to be having fishing and camping. So I'm going to make 2 new channels. Make sure to subscribe to them. And I'm going to have fishing and camping. And a good old I gotta try and see. The problem is it's so thick I can't just If I just try to turn that edge, I'll lose a lot of width. So I gotta come up with a sneaky way to get a grip on there. Now normally this is how I would do it. Dremel with the diamond, and it'll make my platform. Can you hear that wind? It's blowing like 90 out there. This works with flint slabs too. My door's wide open. I have a fan right there, so I'm not going to die from the glass silicosis or whatever. But that gave me a much better surface. You know, some people think that's cheating or whatever, but you know, I just think it's doing what you got to do so you can enjoy your hobby. And the Dremel, if you have small pieces of flint, you take and grind, you first preliminary shape them, then you grind a slight bevel, flake it, grind a slight bevel the other way, flake it, and then sharpen it. It's not technically flake over grind, but a lot of guys that make them really fancy points, they grind the whole thing. So, they're doing it. They're doing it for a living. So they gotta do what they can do to make points that sell, that people want to buy. The points I do to sell, though, I do them all percussion and pressure. Around here, people seem to like the ones that don't look so perfect. They don't want them to look like they've been through the ringer, but they don't want them ones with the nice ribbon flaking and that people just go crazy over. I like them some. I like them, them points some. All I'm doing now is bringing everything to the middle. And once I get to the middle, I'll shape the point, the tip, and the base, and that'll be it. Get everything nice and even. So hard to see the pattern unless you know, try to keep it from being too busy. In the middle, the slab points to me always get busy in the middle, so I try to keep width so when I get to my final pass, I can run some big flakes and clear all that out. That wind blowing a tree against my shed. See how busy looking it gets. I had to push a hard one there because I got 2 steps I had to clear, making them wee little flakes. Okay, I'm going to switch back to copper now so I could be more grippy and less puncture. I always think that nail is it's like puncturing a flake. Like it punctures the surface of the glass, whereas the copper will grip it and you can pull it down. Just going around now. Oh. Just going around now. Getting edges to work on. Okay, that's part one.